All doing. So if you are here for horses, you're going to have to hold your horses for a minute here. This is part 2 of my yard sale haul. So I've been tracking my profits. You're going to notice if you watch the first one that the number doubled. And the reason for that is I went offline after the video and I started going through this bag of sci-fi and superhero parts that I used Google Lens and I started identifying stuff. What I found is I had weapons from a series called Small Soldiers, which I think might have been a movie or maybe a show back in around 2000. These figures with all the parts go for between $50 and $70 each. As such, the weapons go anywhere from 10 to 20. So, like sets like this are $20. So all the parts from that series, as well as I had some Star Wars stuff. I had a deluxe edition Jango Fett, some items from that, and then Power of the Force Star Wars. So that ended up being over $60 worth of parts. Not bad. Not bad for a $6 bag. Alright, now on to the horses. So I got all of these plus a bunch of other figures at the yard sale at a house that was doing $5 for a shopping bag full of any toys you wanted. So they had a bunch of horses. I went through and I grabbed every horse of value. And this is what we ended up with. So we got 3 different brands. We have Schleich, we have Breyer, and then we have something new that I've not seen before, and that's DreamWorks. And the show is Spirit Running Free. I also got cow. And this is a Safari Limited cow. Too small to sell individually, so I'm just going to throw them in with another couple Safari Limited animals at some point. Alright, so let's break these down into brands and we'll talk about them. So we have a pair of Icelandic foals. These are Schleich 2011s. Pretty nice looking horse. So I don't know anything about horses, but it appears Iceland has some kind of rich history of horses. I don't know why that would be, if they grabbed them from different parts of Europe and brought them there. You would think it would be primarily just like Norwegian horses, Danish horses maybe, but either way, it might be that this was bred afterwards when Spanish horses got released in the US, and I don't know. People that know horses might know. But so these are white Icelandic ponies. And I couldn't find the exact one for sale, so I just went off ponies in general for Schleich, and I'm going to do 9 each. That seems more than fair. They were going for closer to 12, but being as they're going to be kind of hard to find if people aren't looking for this exact thing, I figured I'd just play it safe on pricing. Right, and the next one. Alright, so another Schleich. This is, and I will butcher this, I'm quite sure, and Akal Teke. Oh, I have no clue where that word would come from. It sounds Middle Eastern, if I said it right at all. This one, the pricing was absolutely all over the place. It seemed this came in a set. If you have the set, it was going for $180 down to 80, but just this individual horse wasn't selling for that much. So I don't know if there's something to do with the set and the rarity of it, or if one of the bigger horses in those sets are what's driving the price. I'm going to do $10 on it. I paid so little for the lot that it really doesn't bother me too much to do that. We'll see how quickly it goes. I don't know if I couldn't really get a feel if it was sought after or not, or if this is a popular breed. I kind of feel it'd be Middle Eastern. I don't know. It has the shorter mane. Again, I know nothing about horses. I just resell stuff. So let's look at the Breyers next. So these are the Breyers. So I think Schleich is the top level horse. And then you have Safari Limited right underneath that. And then there's Breyers. And they're detailed, but they're just kind of a weird texture. But some people swear by these. They don't just collect horses, they collect Breyer horses. So I got 3 of them. Let's dig into this. So this one's immediately out because if you noticed, his leg broke off. I think that's a problem with Breyers, is they do feel a bit brittle. So if a kid's actually actively playing with this, I can very well see them breaking these. So this one is going to the glue factory. So we got 2 here. We have an apricot dun or dune colt. And then we have a Breyer, but it's Collect A. And what Collect A is a more robust, playable figure that I think is on the cheaper side. Actually, you could squeeze it and there's give to the chest. And I think that combats the whole problem of getting a kid a nice Breyer and they play with it and bust its leg off. As such, the Collect A's don't really sell. They don't have a collector value. This apricot colt, however, does sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair these and then I can sell it at the going rate, and I'm more likely to sell mine than the other ones out there. And that going rate is $12. So I will pair something that has no real value individually with something that does, just to sweeten a deal. So this is a new one for me. This is DreamWorks Entertainment Spirit Running Free. So I got 5 of these. I know it's on Netflix. I don't know if it's a movie and a show. Sometimes a movie does well and they just keep cranking out shorter movies, like 30-minute movies of stuff. I don't know how this is going to do collector-wise, because I don't know if the show is really popular. And as a collectible, the quality is lower than Breyer, but better than an action figure. But their faces don't look like horses to me. The eyes are kind of weird and like human. They have like no musculature. So I don't know how these are going to do, but we will find out. I realized I was saying Spirit Running Free. It's actually Spirit Riding Free. But this is Spirit, the star of the show. I don't know if the horses talk in this or not. I haven't checked it out. But some of the horses have names. So this is a 3.5-inch figure. It looks like this is almost My Little Pony territory in that they have 3s, 3.5s, 7s, and then the option of solid plastic or brushable. All the ones I have are solid plastic. This one does sell for a decent amount, but it's usually sold with other figures, so I'm going to do my standard 8 on this. Just because now I have a lot of horses, I want to kind of get them out the door. So this is Chance, and Chance might be Spirit's friend or perhaps foe. I don't know. I haven't seen it. There are 8 chances for sale and 0 sold. Weirdly enough, on this intellectual property, it seems that the human figures sell for more than the horses, even though it's a show about horses. So I'm going to do 8 on this because that would make it the cheapest by a little bit, and we'll see if it moves out the door. What kind of tomfoolery is this, right? These are all different, but they're all in the exact same pose. So characters are Chicalinda and Xerxes. And this one I didn't bother looking up because, if you notice, the tail broke and somebody sloppily glued it back on. So this one, my kids will play with that for a bit until they bust the tail off. So what we learned about Spirit Riding Free is these don't really sell. I think I was right that collectors don't care for them, and I don't know if this was a popular property or not. So I think I'm going to sell them individually at 8. If they don't move, I'm going to end up doing a bundle and maybe doing 12 for 3. I suspect at least one will go. Kind of my feeling on it. So at the end of the yard sale, I spent $19 and I'm looking at a profit of $160, which is pretty banging. I like that. If we could do that all the time, that would be great. Most of that was actually the parts. And interestingly enough, in my next video, I'm going to be going through vintage for different toys. And we're going to see what kind of value we can get out of my childhood junk drawer. So if you like reseller and thrifting content, please like and subscribe. That helps out a lot. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.